So let's talk about branching. So branching is any function in C++ that allows us to choose between multiple options, and they are based off of Boolean expressions, so they depend on the true and false values that we set, and depending on whether or not they meet those conditions, the program will choose between the different options that we put in. And some examples of branching statements are if-else statements and switch statements, and those if-else statements include if-else statements and if statements by themselves. And so a good way to think about branching is like an actual branch, right? So we have the main branch, which is the structure of the code itself. So that can be an if-else statement or a switch statement. And then we have multiple other branches coming off of it, which are the conditions depending on the Boolean expressions that we put in, right? So if it meets one condition, then it will output whatever we set it to output. If it meets another condition, then it'll output something else. So again, it's dependent on what Boolean expressions we put in, and the program will choose between those options. And so a very black and white example here is that if Jimmy has a lot of money, then he is rich. If Jimmy doesn't have a lot of money, then he is poor, right? So we have the initial condition, which is, a lot of money equals rich, and then we have the alternative, the else, or the different case, which is poor. And this is a very black and white example, but you can see how it could be expanded into multiple if-else statements or multiple cases where you can add more nuance and a lot more conditions, which can create a lot more alternative options.